Yeah.
Call this meeting to order Monday, March 1st. Roll call, please.
Mayor Nathan Anderson.
Here.
Troy Boone.
I'm here.
Gerald Delaney.
Here.
Troy Doden.
Present.
Art Schott.
Here.
Teresa Swiggett. Here. Mike Peterman.
Here. Agenda was sent out. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moves.
Boone will second that.
Doing and seconded to adopt the agenda. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Agenda's adopted. Minutes for February 16th, 2021. Is there a motion to approve the February 16th minutes?
Doden moves to approve the minutes from February 16th.
Motion by Doden and seconded to approve the February 16th, 2021 minutes. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Minutes approved. No business to be heard or reports. Department head report, Chief Sherman.
All right, I got a couple things here. First thing, just want to make the council aware. We did purchase some new firearms. Just picked them up today. Basically, part of the program is a buyback program that they do. Basically, they take our guns, which are 8 years old, 9 years old now, I think, actually 10 years old. They put a value on them, and they give us an option to buy the guns back, which they put a price of $250 a gun. Just asking the council to basically put those up for surplus. All of our officers plan on purchasing the guns. The total gun quote for 5 Glock 17 Generation 5 9mm was $2,142.50. With that trade-in price, it knocks it down $1,250, which makes 5 guns $892 for the cost of the city. The only thing I'm asking is just make those guns surplus so we can get them out of the city's name. We do have a local FFL here in town that's willing to transfer those out of the city's name and into the officer's name who purchased them.
So if we're trading them in and then the officers are buying them from the dealer that we traded them into,
Yep.
Then why do we need to declare them surplus?
Well, excuse me.
Once we trade them in, they're no longer ours.
They're not going to the place where we bought. They're going straight from our hands to an FFL, and an FFL transfers them out of the city's name and does the license transfer into the officer's.
So they're not getting traded in.
They're not. Well,
The officer's going to buy them from the city.
Yep. For the trade-in value. Yep. Yep.
Can we do that, Tom?
I thought they were going back through the officer bike when we emailed back and forth, or back to the company who's taking ownership of them.
Basically, no, the company never takes ownership of them. We have to do the transfer through the FFL. In order to do that, they need to be, from what I understood, declared surplus, so that way they can do that.
Okay. Is that your
Yeah, I thought they were going down to the.
I thought
They were buying them directly from.
I thought you were buying them from the dealer that's
Nope.
selling you the guns. Oh,
No. Okay, so we bought new guns from the dealer,
okay,
but the dealer never takes possession of our old guns.
okay.
Does that make sense?
Does he take ownership? I
He
thought-
does not take ownership.
So we did not trade them in.
We do not trade them in. Basically, the FFL will take ownership and then reissue them out to us.
So then that dealer will have to pay us for the guns, and then the officers would pay that dealer who's transferring
Basically,
registration.
we would pay where we bought our new guns from, the $250 trade-in price for the 5 guns. And they give us a price off of the total of the 5 new guns that we bought to bring it from $2,100 down to $892.
Well, they aren't taking physical possession,
Nope.
but by giving you the discount there,
Yep.
that's the way I understood.
Does that seem like
This
that's
is
a good
safe.
flow?
This is standard practice.
It is. We've done it with the state several times. But I'm trying to remember if we had to write our check to.
We wrote our checks directly to the dealer.
You're 250.
No, I mean the guy buying the guns.
Yeah.
When we bought them,
Mhm.
I'm trying to remember where we wrote our check to.
So if I understand right, the city is paying the $900 trade-in, and the 5 officers who have all elected to buy their guns will be writing $250 checks. They'll go right to the dealer.
Yep, right to the dealer.
Okay. I mean,
The
you're
check
buying
will
it
go
from
to
the
the dealer?
dealer.
Yep, check goes directly to the
Okay.
dealer.
That's how we did it. 'Cause
Yeah.
we couldn't write checks to the
The
state.
state, you're buying it from the dealer, even though he doesn't. It's kind of like a car not going to the car lot, it just goes to your.
Right.
It's legal.
Yeah, that's fine as long as it's going through the dealer.
Shall make a motion for surplus 5 Glock 17 Gen 5 9mm handguns for trade, as the police chief stated with the numbers how to do it.
I will, I'm gonna have to stop you on that because, we have a little, I think Jerry wrote it down here wrong. So we bought 5 we bought 5 Glock 17 Gen 5 9mm. We are surplusing the Glock 22 40 caliber Generation 4 handguns.
We don't need a motion to purchase guns, that's just an expense.
Nope, I'm just telling you that it was written wrong on the paper that you guys have, so.
You're
Just
just
if
looking
you're
for a
making a
motion
motion
to
on
declare
17.
the older gun, the older pistols surplus.
Yeah, the older pistols surplus.
Yep.
And the other ones, new ones.
Yep.
Sorry.
Because the purchase is directly from, you're paying
Bring the dealer.
the dealer.
In essence, this is saving a lot of time, not having to register employees.
Correct.
So, the dealer would have to transfer registration to him, and then when he sells it, then it gets transferred to the purchaser again.
That's why it
This
never
is
goes,
skipping that.
yeah, that's why it never goes in the dealer's hand, plus the dealer's out of state, so it's easier to, he's in Nebraska.
Art, is your motion to approve the surplus of the 5?
Yeah, to prove the surplus of the 5, as the police chief stated, that surplus for sale, correct? For sale, surplus for sale. It's our center buyer and trading towards it.
Correct.
You guys got that? The motion should be to declare the 5 Glock 22 surplus.
Yes.
I don't know, you're 250 per gun.
Second, yeah.
What's
That-
that?
that's
I don't know,
for-
you're 250 per
I don't
gun.
think surplus, just be surplus for trade.
Okay.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion by Schott and seconded to approve the surplus of 5 Glock 22 Gen 4 pistols. Any further discussion?
Yeah, I got one question. So our receipt, our purchase receipt from the dealer is gonna show all this math, right? Because in order for us to put these pistols on our asset list, we need to know the full retail value of the pistol.
In your bag.
So then, how do we, okay, I didn't realize we,
You gotta read the serial numbers into the record or what?
No,
It's on page 12 of the packet.
alright, I saw that in the back and I was still confused.
Pretty laid out there. You have the standard price of the guns that we
Yeah,
purchased.
it's on there, so.
Okay, perfect.
Is there any further discussion?
Troy, it's just an accounting entry then.
Slightly.
They won't carry these for service, correct?
No, they can, if they qualify with them. But most of them don't, most of them carry subcompacts, so, for a secondary weapon.
Right.
But as long, I mean, if they're not in the city's name, they can carry them. So,
No further discussion. All fair side?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Is there a motion to approve an internal advertisement to fill the sergeant position?
So I move to perform internal advertising to fill the sergeant position.
Boom, second.
Motion by Delaney, seconded to approve advertising to fill the sergeant position. Any further discussion?
Yeah, hold on, we have a question. Were we waiting on a,
Job description?
yeah, job description?
we already had that, well, I'd say over a month ago.
I was gonna say, we're gonna talk about it next.
We submitted to council, and we approved the new, I guess, outline of the the job description for sergeant.
Thanks.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Animal boarding contract with the Beresford Vet Clinic. Is there any significant changes from previous years?
Yes.
Never had.
We've never had one with the Beresford Veterinary Clinic.
What did it say?
No. We're still gonna keep our contract with the Sioux Falls Humane Society, and I'll kind of dig into that here a little bit. Basically, what the issues that we're having is, we find a dog out there, we don't have adequate place to put it. We end up housing in our police department, and it just makes a mess, getting in the garbage, what dogs do. Our outside kennel is shot. It can't house a dog. They just escape out of there. So basically, another thing is, if we have to bring a dog to the Humane Society, you can basically plan an hour and a half plus being out of town. So we do utilize the Humane Society. They will come down and pick up dogs, but they charge $43 an hour during normal business hours and $56 an hour during off business hours, plus 80 cents mileage round trip. My animal budget this year is $350. So you get one animal, you have to have the Humane Society come pick up. Your budget's shot. So basically what we did is we talked with Owen and Elise, try to work out a plan where we could utilize their services. They just built a new kenneling area out there. We spoke with them. They thought it would be a good idea. They did give us some prices. It's in the sheet there. Basically, in a nutshell, the Humane Society, if we transfer them there, it's $12.50 a day. And then if they need an examination, that's $30. Rabies vaccination, $30. They keep them for a maximum of 5 days. And then after 5 days, they have to have a 4-way vaccination, which costs $200, and that's mandatory. And then they can adopt the dog. And that all gets charged to the city of Beresford. Basically, what we would do with the vet clinic is they would give us keys. We could access the building 24 hours a day. They would charge a boarding fee of $20, the maximum of 5 days. After that 5 days, if the dog is not picked up, we would bring to the Humane Society, and then there's not a 5-day wait for the Humane Society. They can automatically go for adoption. Because after 5 days, they become property of the city. If we do hold the dog for 5 days and it has to go to the Humane Society, instead of the $20 a day boarding fee, they will lower that down to a $15 a day boarding fee and give the city a discount on it. Basically what we're going to start doing is, I think as of last week, we had 36 dog licenses, and that's just bogus. There's more than 36 dogs in the city of Beresford. So that tells me dogs are not getting the rabies shots and they're not getting their city licenses. So what we're going to expect from the Beresford Vet Clinic is to work with the ladies down here at City Council. Their dogs are not going to be released until they have rabies vaccination and proof of dog tags to the city. And they have to pay that fee before the animals get released. So I think with doing that, it's going to be easier for us, because then every dog that has a dog tag, we can call the number on it. And if we can't get a hold owner, they just go to the vet clinic. So regardless if they're there an hour or 2 hours, they still get charged the $20 a day fee.
I was just gonna say, the owner of the dog's getting a charge, that's.
Yep, the owner of the dog's getting a charge, unless the dog is not picked up, and then the city, gets that charge.
I got a question.
Yep.
I don't need to interrupt. Okay, say there's a wild dog, don't you write a warning or something if it's not on the leash, and then if there's so many warnings or something, then you can go past that stage?
As far as like a dog going around?
Yeah, no leash, but it has tags.
Normally what we do is we give a warning first.
Right.
And then after the warning, we're going to start issuing the city ordinance $50 fine. And I believe it goes up to $75 the next time and $100 after that. So
okay, the question is with the leashes, the park, 13th Street, I don't mind if somebody's got a dog 5 feet from you, but sometimes in the park, if you go to the park, the dogs are running 200, 300, or 500 feet. No one's even around it. I'm just saying, where do you draw the line on?
Situation dictates.
Oh, okay, each situation is separate, okay.
Yep.
No, that's all right, just wanted to.
Yep. So that's basically it in a nutshell. We just want to utilize their housing services. And I do believe that it will get more people to actually get dog tags in the city, and get their animals vaccinated. So, we are working, our plans are, if we get this launched, we want to work with the Beresford Vet Clinic and doing a vaccination day where the Beresford Clinic and the Beresford Police Department and the ladies down at City Hall, we get together. They're willing to do discounted vaccination for rabies, so they can bang out everything in one day. They can do rabies vaccination, they can get their pet tags and get a checkup for $15-20 or whatever you want to do. So I don't know, what's the tag? $5 for spayed and neutered?
Yep,
Okay.
10
So-
otherwise.
So that's our plan with that. We're just looking to form a partnership with the Beresford Vet Clinic, to stay local. We still need the Humane Society to have a contract with, because they do a lot of search warrant stuff on animals, and we seize animals, and they are a great asset, but they are expensive.
You want the council to vote on that?
Yes, I do.
Shall I make a motion for animal boarding contract with Beresford Vet Clinic, as the police chief stated, for the city of Beresford, South Dakota, starting March 1st, 2021.
Bring it back in.
Motion by Schott and seconded to approve the animal boarding contract for the vet clinic effective March 1st. Any further discussion?
There is an agreement there that was wrote up to, I don't know.
Yeah, page 13.
Yeah. I didn't write that up. One of my officers wrote that up. I'm guessing you had a chance to look at it.
Any no further discussion, all fair side? Aye. Opposed? Approved. Anything else?
No.
Next up, Austin Hanson, EFTC.
All right. I'd like to recommend promoting Tony Logan to the central office technician position effective March 22nd, 2021, with a starting pay of $28.29, or at the 87.5% scale, or on the internet, telephone, text, cable TV tech pay scale. Tony's been at the Beresford telephone department for 2.5 years. He's very motivated, and his willingness to learn and his ability to understand new technologies quickly have made him a great asset to our department, and feel makes him an excellent candidate for this promotion. So,
Need a motion on that, Tom? Shall I make a motion to fill the position in telephone tech, CATV tech position effective March 22nd, 2021. Tony, he's been here 2.5 years, March 22nd, 2021, at the rate of $28.29.
Doing second.
Motion by Schott, seconded to approve the hiring of Tony Borvik for 28.29 on effective March 22nd, 2021. Any further discussion?
I just got a quick question for Jerry. Did you review the 87%? Is that your recommendation, Jerry, or is that Austin's recommendation?
I told him on 80% legality. He came in and we discussed it quite a while, and I thought he'd run that by you guys to see what you guys think. So I think he's more than qualified. I thought it was a little bit high to start, but
the reason why I went with 87.5% is due to the fact that Tony he went above and beyond what his actual duties are currently in his role. He's doing things that the normal technicians in that pay scale are doing. He's been training with me since pretty much day one on that central office technician position. So I feel like I said, he's been doing those duties of the regular technicians anyways, and so I'd like to give him a little bit more of a pay bump there.
So to challenge you a little bit, Austin, how many years of experience in the position would someone normally need to be at to get 87% of the wage scale? And with Tony's 2 years of crossover experience thus far, does that qualify him to get to that point to start off with? Because there's not a whole lot to go up after that.
Sure.
After he's working that position full time.
Sure. Yeah, I guess I can't really answer the, you know, how many years they need to be there, because like where I was at before, our pay was different than what it is here. But, like I said, I just feel with Tony, how fast he's caught on. I mean, I trust him, we can send him out, he can do troubles, he can do installs, like I said, he can take on projects. I tell him, hey, we need to do this project. Next thing you know, he's got it pretty much all the way done, you know, and I don't have to remind him, hey, let's go do this, go do that. So I just feel that he has the ability, and I have the confidence in him that merits that wage. So.
After someone's at 87%, Jerry, when's the next time they'd be due for us stepping in?
6 months.
Then where was he at, 90?
Yep.
And then after that, I mean, there's just not a lot of room.
It'd be a 2-year process to get up to the top.
Well, yeah, it's about a 28, 29, the next step is 29, 10. So if you go from the 80% level, which is a 25, 86, which would be a 5,000, just a little over $5,000 increase from where he's at now. And at the 87.5, you're at just about a little over $10,000 increase. So there's about a $5,000 difference in wages there.
So it'd be 5,000 more from 80 to 87.
Yes. Yes.
How much did you make now?
23.39.
So where is he gonna fall into place then in your hierarchy over at the office?
Yep, he'll be level with Aaron and Rob. So he'll be in charge of the central office and the telephone plant. So everything that I was doing on that side of it, minus the foreman duties, he'll be taking care of all that. So he'll be taking a lot more responsibility than what he has right now.
If Austin leaves town for a week to go on vacation, then who's in charge over there?
I will be determining that here after we kind of get all this settled and get everybody hired. So I have not made a decision on the foreman position yet.
Okay.
Any other discussion?
What do you guys
I'd like to enter into executive session.
For personnel.
Second.
For personnel?
Yes.
Motion by Brewer, to enter into executive session, seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Executive session.